Hey guys, it's Rob Zolkusk again from Rob's Fitness, and it's about 11:25 here in the morning on Monday. Well, today starts our 28-day Slim Down Challenge. We started off at 6 o'clock in the morning with instructor Sam Wallace, and today's video I kind of want to talk about that nutritional plan. I was a little bit fast this morning talking to you guys before the class. I know you guys were anxious to get started, but I want to go and break it down a little bit more in depth for you. We've got two sheets. We have a simple one-page sheet here, and we have a 7-day plan as well. You're going to get both of them. One's for men and one's for the women. The women's plan, in fact, let's start off by talking about the guidelines to follow here. It's very much, I kind of want to see some fast results early on, so this is going to be a little bit more protein-based, obviously nutritional plan to get you faster results. And the first thing that I want you to follow is to eat about every 3 hours around the clock. Like I said this morning, and I haven't seen you guys this evening yet, but the goal is to eat about every 3 or 4 hours around the clock from when you wake up to the time you go to bed. So, for example, 6 a.m., 9 a.m., 12, 3, 6, and 9. That's, if it's off by an hour or two, you're gonna put it into your daily schedule the way you see fit. But roughly eat about every 3.5 hours. Example-wise, you got your car, jump in the car and you say, you know what, I'm gonna travel to California. Well, after about 3 hours worth of travel time, 3 or 4 hours, your car is going to run out of gas. In order for your car to run further for 3 or 4 more hours, it needs to eat again. Okay, so it kind of eats just enough or drinks to fill up that tank. Same thing with food in your body. About every 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, your body needs food. Okay, the worst thing to do is have a small breakfast or none at all, maybe a midday snack and load up all your calories in the evening times, where your body can only process so much food every 3 hours. Okay, so kind of in the logist, that's what we're looking for, is feed the body every 3 hours, much like a car. For the women, I have you right around 35 lean grams of protein per meal. Men, I'm going to have you right around 40 to 50 grams, so a little bit of wiggle room there. I want you to try to avoid all carbohydrates as possible, especially in the first week. But I understand it may be a little difficult for you to get through day 3 and day 4. And if that's the case, I want you to load up on a little bit more protein or a little bit more fat to get you through day 3, 4. You will find the effects of getting rid of the sugar or the carbohydrates at that time. We'll talk more about carbs in a second. I want you to drink about 8 glasses of water per day. It's pretty standard. Okay. Your protein is pretty much bake, broil, and grill whenever possible. Kind of enough said. Stay away from all the fried foods, the saturated foods. You want to try to as clean as possible, eat as naturally as possible as well. Try to stay away from the cold cut slices from the deli, etc. Try to eat as lean as you possibly can. A chicken breast, a turkey breast. You can do ground turkey and all sorts too. But we'll talk more about the protein samples here in a second. Pre-plan your meals out ahead of time. Always be aware that your body will need to eat every 3 hours. So what I usually do is to carry 1 or 2 protein containers. In fact, I had one this morning already. If I go to Disney with the family, or if I'm out and about at a dance competition like I was yesterday, I take a couple of these. I take about 8 ounces of water, have my protein powder, put some water in there. It's a perfect meal. It'll sustain me for what I need every 3 hours. So your body doesn't really understand if it's intaking the powder or it's having the real food. Just the fullness you'll experience, maybe a lax of that if you have the liquid form, but your body will have as much calories as it needs. Again, about 30 to 35 grams of protein for the females and about 40 to 45 for males. We already went over this. Stay away from the saturated fat from all possible. Also try to stay away from all dairy, which is milk, cheese, cottage cheese, and yogurts. Simply, they are hidden or loaded with simple carbohydrates, sugars. So you want to try to stay away from those. I'm not saying all sugars are bad or carbs are bad, but in this plan, I know you guys want to lose as much weight possible for the next 28 days. So let's try to keep it to the basic minimums as possible as far as carbohydrates. All right, types of proteins. Egg whites. So one of my staples every single morning is I do about 8 to 10 egg whites with about 2 egg yolks. That's about the ratio. 1 yolk to every 4 egg whites. Chicken breast and turkey breast, of course, bake, grill, and broil those. Any kind of fishes are really, really good. Watch your salmon. It's a little bit higher in fats, but salmon is a very good type of fish with some good omega-3 nutrients to that. Whey protein. You want to try to limit your whey protein to the fats and carbohydrates. Try to get as lean as you can. I like to consume Optimum Nutrition. A lot of my clients here in the private training studio will buy this from me. I have this here in stock. All different type of flavors that I have. It's about $57 plus tax. Runs out to be about $62 even. But you can have great quality protein in Optimum Nutrition. Make sure it's the gold standard. You get the best results there. And it's probably the cheapest per serving. For women, it's about 55 cents a meal. For men, it's about 70 cents a meal. You cannot beat that anywhere. Other types of protein, lean beef. I like the Maverick beef from Publix, about 4% in fat. You get to 7, 10%, or even 15% type of beef. That's a lot of saturated fat. So try to stay as lean as you possibly can. Pork, tenderloin, pork chops, all wild game is good too. And seafood is also really good too. Not seafood that you eat, just constantly eat whatever you want, obviously, but good seafood is very much on the plan. So you try to stick to that as much as you can. And so let's say there's 7 days in a week, at least probably 5 or 6 days a week, or if you can sustain that longer, continue to stay to this simple one-page sheet for the nutrition. Now the other one, I've got 7 sheets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 more sheets here. And here I break it down. If you want to get some days where you want a little bit of carbs after you've done a couple of days off the other one, I've got 7 different type of samples for breakfast, 7 for lunch, and 7 for dinner. Obviously try to stay away from the snacks. Some of them are listed here for snacks. But it gives you some choice every once in a while to have some carbs. I would suggest if you're going to have carbs, consume them in the later part of the evening. I would suggest anytime after 5 or 6 is to consume your carbs. If you consume your carbs early in the morning, you're going to run into an issue where your insulin levels are getting a little bit high, and everybody who likes carbs wants more of them. Sometimes you get to the point you may be experiencing this now, is once you get a taste of a carb, you want a second one, a third one. For example, a Pringle. You get a taste of it, man, you got to have that second one, a third one. All of a sudden, you're down to half a sleeve or container, and who knows, maybe some of you consume a whole sleeve of that as possible. But anytime you put carbs and fats together, your fat is kind of stored that quickly. You got to watch it. If you're going to end up doing some pasta, stay away from the olive oil. Bread and butters are a bad combination. Obviously, we talked about chips. Bagel and cream cheese are not the best choice. If you like spaghetti, put olive oil with that. Dunkin' Donuts. There's all different types of carbs and fats. Stay away from that combination whatsoever. So I hope that gives you a little bit better idea about the nutritional plan. Like I said, you'll be getting this handout. I won't see you yet this evening until right around 6, 7 o'clock hour. So half of you I've seen already. Hope this helps out and defines a little bit more. I'm sure you're going to have questions. I want you guys to weigh in every single day. We've got a scale there. We've got places for you to write down your weight. We want to find out how much progress we're making in the next 28 days. Easily, most of you probably should lose 8, 10 pounds. Some of you could be a little bit more. But anyway, you guys were, Sam was talking about the class here in the morning where you guys were a pretty conditioned class. She was really excited about that. She could push you a little bit harder. But it'll fit all fitness levels for those of you that are coming to the evenings that may not be quite in shape. So anyway, hope you enjoy this little video. I'm going to try to get a video out to you maybe 3 times a week, hopefully more. But anyway, send me your comments. Let me know what you thought of this video. And if there's a topic that you guys want me to talk about during this time, let me know. All right? I will see y'all soon. Bye.